Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Hey Tubies, it's Lord Ision. Well, welcome to Wiccan Wednesday. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite goddesses. Her name is Kwan Yin. Kwan Yin is known and worshipped throughout the Asian world. The name Kwan Yin is the Chinese name, but she goes by many names. In Japan, she is called Canon. I believe in Vietnam, she's Kwan. Korea, I think she's Kwan. Anyways, she has a lot of names. But I commonly call her by her Chinese name, Kwan Yin. Who is Kwan Yin? Kwan Yin is known across really multiple religions. In Buddhism, she is the Bodhisattva, the being of enlightenment, who waits on the edge of eternity to help all suffering souls. In Taoism, she is an immortal, a lady, a human who rose to the ranks of the gods. Some even Shinto worship her as a goddess. She's found across the Eastern world, but in the Western world, she's becoming even more popular. Kwan Yin is known to come to those in times of need. I can tell you from my own personal experience, in times of crisis, I've called upon the name of Kwan Yin, and she's always sent a way for help. So today, maybe you would like to explore Kwan Yin. Let me put some pictures up here of Kwan Yin for you. Take a look at these. I'll never forget my first experience with Kwan Yin. I went down to Chinatown and I was drifting around and I found this temple. And when I went in, there was this giant, like 10-foot high statue of Kwan Yin up on like it was like a pedestal, and a giant 10-foot high statue. She was so beautiful and her eyes just looked at me. I felt an instant affinity. Now, I wasn't a Wiccan in those days, and so I didn't have the true concept yet of the goddess. But all I knew was that whoever this woman was that was staring at me, I felt her power. But more than that, I felt her love. It's so interesting because my initial experience with Kwan Yin was one of motherly affection, compassion, nurturing, and protection. And so when I found out, as a wonderful little Chinese lady at the temple told me, she couldn't speak English. She pushes a Kwan Yin, your mother, Kwan Yin. I'm not doing that to be racist, but that's how she talked. Kwan Yin, your mother. She told me Kwan Yin was my mother. So I love that. And she gave me an incense stick and I offered it. This has been all like 30 years ago almost now. And I still love Kwan Yin. I think the best way to know Kwan Yin is to study her iconography because it tells the true story of her. As you can see here are some of my items from my Kwan Yin collection. And I thought we'd go through these and I would share with you a little bit about Kwan Yin. Now, this is one of my scrolls that I have. I love this scroll. You can see Kwan Yin here. And here she is coming on the water with a dragon. And Kwan Yin is associated with the element of water. She's often seen helping sailors. She's known to protect sailors at sea. She travels on a dragon. And if you can see here, there's her dragon over the sea foam and the water, and she rides on the back of the dragon. She comes to those in need. And in her hand, she's often seen holding a jade or a crystal vase, and from that streams water. This is known as the water of life, the water of compassion and healing. And so Kwan Yin brings her mystical bottle of holy water to bless, anoint, and save those. If you are a great and evil sinner, have done horrific things, Kwan Yin will still pour her water of mercy upon you, and you'll be liberated from your sins. She's often shown carrying plants as well. Like this might be a rice plant. She carries a lot of times white rice plants to symbolize she'll provide food and nourishment. She's often seen wearing a beautiful white robe or white and gold. In this one, she has a lot of gold. And she's adorned with jewels. She's dressed like a queen. And so she is the goddess of compassion. And as I said, she's honored in Buddhism, in Taoism, Shinto, And even many Wiccans now pray to her. The wonderful thing about Kwan Yin is she's not a strict deity. She will help anybody with any situation, regardless of your faith or lack of faith. Many atheists have found in times of need when they call on Kwan Yin that suddenly a miracle happens, her presence comes through. She wears in her crown the Buddha Amida. Buddha Amida is the Buddha of infinite light. And so she and the Buddha work together to liberate souls from suffering. Now, this is just one picture, my scroll, which I just think is beautiful. But there are also a number of statues that I have, which I thought I'd show you. So down here, let me just pull this one over. This is one that's done in white china. In China, they make a very beautiful white china called Blanc de Chine. And this is a Kwan Yin statue here. You'll notice how her robes are blowing in the wind. She's a very etheric deity and often appears in the sky or on the edge of a cliff or over oceans where the wind is blowing. And so she comes with the cool breeze of compassion to relieve the burning fires of sorrow and suffering. So there's Kwan Yin. This is beautiful because you'll notice at the bottom it has lotus flowers around her and looks like water. So she's again a water deity standing on the lotus that grows out of the muck and mire of the water to rise above and be pure, just like Kwan Yin. So the lotus is one of her symbols. So Kwan Yin, as I said, has a number of symbols, one being the vase of holy water. Her other symbol is the dragon. And she also carries the lotus flower with her, which is oftentimes seen in her imagery, or as up here, rice. Okay, so here's one of my beautiful Kwan Yin statues. If you want to worship Kwan Yin, it's traditional to have a little statue or a scroll. You can have either. I have both because I just love Kwan Yin. But here's a lovely little golden statue of Kwan Yin. And you can see in her hand there's that jade vase with the water. And she's dressed in beautiful gold robes. The colors of gold and white are predominant with this goddess. Now up here is my prized Kwan Yin statue. This one's a very expensive one, made of pure porcelain overlaid with gold. But again, you can see her crown. Now her crown has like a lotus crown, so it's like lotus leaves. Again, the flower of Kwan Yin is the lotus. In her hand here, she's holding again rice sheaves for food and nourishment. And here in her hand is her vase of holy water for purification, blessing, healing, and anointing. In this, she has a white undergarment, and she's wearing a gold outer robe. You'll see the lotus. This whole piece was hand done, hand painted. It's very expensive, but it's beautiful porcelain. You can see the beautiful hand painted work on the gold. This is pure gold. This statue is probably about 25 years old. It was bought before gold prices surged because these are very expensive today. Whoops, dropped the camera. And down her back, you can see the beautiful lotus work embroidered. It's like her robes of gold are embroidered with lotus flowers. And the back of her throne is a giant lotus flower. But as I said, if you want to worship Kwan Yin, having a statue is traditional. Generally, you offer to Kwan Yin, some water, some light, like a candle, some incense. I've had some incense going here. Here's my incense burner. And I've got this beautiful stick of incense burning. In fact, my incense that I'm using today is Kwan Yin incense. Isn't that wonderful? I bought that at Eden Center, which is a Vietnamese center where they have a lot of Buddhists. But I bought that. So the Asian incense is very reasonably priced. So there's my statue of Kwan Yin. I'm offering incense. And then here's another little statue I have, which is antique. It's from the 1950s. It's blue and white porcelain. And again, you'll notice that, here she's wearing ornaments. A lot of times she wears jewels of gold and jade. That's a jade pendant. It's hard to see in the video. But again, she's dressed in her robes of white. And this time they have blue, but they're trimmed in gold as well. And so I just love Kwan Yin. Now, Kwan Yin can be either standing or sitting. When she's standing, that means she's in her active mode, helping and saving people in the most dire of circumstances. And when she's on her throne, that's an assurance that you can rest, that all is well. She is overseeing the cosmos, and she is the queen. Other ways to honor Kwan Yin is to wear her sacred mantra. This is Tibetan script, and this is from Tibet, and she's worshipped in Tibet. She's known as Chinrezi. Kwan Yin can take a male form or a female form. In Tibet, she's known as Chinrezi or Avalokiteshvara, but it's the same person, and the mantra is the same, which is Om Mani Padme Hum. And that mantra means hail the jewel in the lotus. And it's believed that Kwan Yin emanated from the eye of Amida Buddha, that he shed a tear for the sufferings of the world, and from the tear emanated the great goddess of compassion. And her mantra is Om Mani Padme Hum. And I'll put that at the end of the video so you can see how it's spelled. But this is one of my jewelry pieces. Just wearing the mantra brings a blessing. In the Buddhist belief, the mantra is so powerful that just to see it brings a blessing. If you don't understand it, you just look upon it, you get a blessing. So all of you, just by seeing that mantra on the jewelry, are getting blessed. And then if you say it, you vibrate it, everybody within the sound of the vibration is blessed. So when I chant Om Mani Padme Hum, all of you just got a blessing. Isn't that cool? What a great religion, huh? Now, this is one of my treasured pieces. It's hard to see here. I need better lighting, but this is white jade. This is real jade, pure white jade. It's a carving of Kwan Yin, and it's hard to see here, but she's standing. Looks very much like the statue. So if you can see that statue, that's kind of what's on this pendant here. It's not showing up as clear as I'd like. But it's basically in jade carved a statue of Kwan Yin. And I wear that on a cord as a necklace. And I wonder, pure white jade. Pure white jade's hard to find. It's very rare. And so I was really fortunate to get it. It's really nice. And I also wear green jade. So the colors of Kwan Yin traditionally are green for jade, gold, and white. Green, gold, and white are kind of like her colors. This is my green jade pendant of Kwan Yin. So wearing her image is a way to invoke her. It's believed that she has a connection to her images, so like wherever her image or her name is, she is present. So by wearing it, you bring yourself closer to the goddess. Oh, I forgot to show you, this is what I'm wearing today. This is from Tibet, and it is known as a gao. It's a prayer box. And you put prayers inside. It's a pendant, kind of like a locket. And this has the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum written in Tibetan script on it. So, and this is inlaid with I think it's a lapis stone is the gem in it, blue lapis. And so it's done in Tibetan silver with brass and copper inlay. So that says Om Mani Padme Hum. So just by wearing that, you're invoking the power of the prayer. And there are monks in the Buddhist religion of all the different sects who honor Kwan Yin, who chant her name. So there are different mantras. One is Namo Kwan Yin Pusa, which means hail to her who hears the cries of the world. And the other one, the most famous one, is Om Mani Padme Hum, which is hail the jewel in the lotus. She is the great jewel of compassion, of beauty, of the Dharma, of the wisdom of the ages. She is the great mother, ancient and wise. And I wanted to show you my newest piece of jewelry. This is a bracelet that I got. It's a feng shui bracelet. You can buy these online. If you just look up feng shui wealth protecting bracelet, you'll find these. And these have black obsidian beads, which is black as a gemstone. And they have the mantra carved on them, Om Mani Padme Hum. Again, in the Eastern belief about Kwan Yin, that just wearing the mantra generates power. And as you wear this and move, you generate vibration. On here is a golden dragon called a Bhikshu, which is kind of like a mix between a lion, a dog, and a dragon. Depends on how they make it, but it's kind of called a dragon. But it's hard to see here. I need a better lighting. But this golden dragon draws wealth to you. And this is a feng shui bracelet. It's believed that the combination of the gemstones with the gold symbols promote wealth and bring protection to its wearer. So, again, interestingly, the invocation of Kwan Yin is inscribed on all the beads of this bracelet. Om Mani Padme Hum, on every bead of the bracelet. And so, as you can see, I'm now wearing my new feng shui bracelet. Feng shui is the Chinese art of energy movement for well-being and prosperity. That'll have to be a whole video in itself, but this bracelet invokes the power of the goddess Kwan Yin. And as a goddess worshiper, I love it. So if you're looking for a goddess who will help you in your time of need, if you're looking for the ultimate mother who will protect you and nurture you and help you, you might want to explore Kwan Yin. I love Kwan Yin, and I've been praying to her for many, many years. And I recommend her. I'm a believer in her, and I think if you explore her, you might become a believer in her too. I always say Kwan Yin proves herself to her devotees. You know, you don't have to take anything on blind faith. I mean, I suppose there's a little bit of blind faith in at least asking her to help. But in time, you'll see that prayers to Kwan Yin are always answered in some amazing way. You may not always get exactly what you want from Kwan Yin, but what you'll get will always be the better option. So sometimes we think we want something, we'll call on Kwan Yin, and we'll get something different than we wanted. But in the end, we're like, wow, I'm glad that that was answered that way than the way I thought it should be. So Kwan Yin is the mother, always guiding, always protecting, and always blessing. So in parting today, I just want to remind you that, you can explore Kwan Yin. There are numerous places you can buy her image. Just look online. You can do image search. You also have 1,000,001 choices. And, statues can be found all over the internet and feng shui stores and at eBay or Asian shops. All you have to do is murmur the name Kwan Yin, and somebody will know where you can find stuff from Kwan Yin. So, if you want to work with her, I'd encourage you to get a little statue. You don't have to spend a lot. I think I paid like $10 for this little beautiful golden statue. It's a little statue, a little offering of incense, some water. I need to put water out there. I just set this up for demonstration today. But you could put some water, some incense, some flowers, and some candles. And you have a wonderful little shrine to the goddess. And you don't have to be Buddhist. Again, I'm a Wiccan, but I still worship Kwan Yin. And she accepts the worship of anybody, no matter what your background. Don't think, oh, I'm not good enough to worship Kwan Yin. I'm so impure and imperfect. You're the very people Kwan Yin comes for. When you're struggling in this world, and believe me, it is a world of struggle, we have a powerful intercessor, an ally in the spirit realm, who comes on her dragon to bring us blessings and help. And I tell you, I have seen miracles with Kwan Yin, so I am truly a believer in her. And I honor and worship her always. So there you go, guys. So let's end with our mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Well, guys, I have certainly enjoyed having the chance to come here today and share with you about my love of Kwan Yin, and I recommend her to all of you. Well, listen, guys, I want to say thank you for being here, and also remind you, if you haven't done so and you want to join my psychic development class, it's going to be this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. It'll be from 12 to 1:30. We're going to have a live Zoom meeting, and I'm going to be teaching a class on clairaudience. If you want to register for my special psychic development class, go to my website, PsychicBob.com. The link will be in the info box below. And on the front screen, you scroll down, you'll see a big header. It says Psychic Development Class. And on there will be a PayPal button. If you click on that, you can do your payment through PayPal, and that will be your registration. It will notify me that you paid and I've got your information. You will be on the list. On Saturday around 11:30 a.m., I will send out the Zoom link to everybody, and you can join us for those of you who have registered for the class. So I hope you'll consider it. We had a great turnout last week. We studied clairvoyance, how to open the third eye. This week we're going to talk about clairaudience, how to hear spirit. So I hope you'll join us. It's only $30 for this Saturday's class, and come out and join us. So register at my website today, PsychicBobHickman.com. Guys, thanks for being here. I love you. Please help me out. Like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe. Be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. Well, guys, keep it here. We'll be back here tomorrow on Thursday for Vlog Thursday. We're going to have an adventure, and we'll see you then. Until then, may Kwan Yin's blessings be upon all of you. So mote it be.